Their response is to try to ignore it. They don't want to debate him on it. They don't want to do anything.
No.
They want to just ignore it and hope it goes away. But it doesn't go away.
I would be surprised if my home is still there.
Yeah, we were just talking about that. The Palisades is on fire.
Yeah.
My friend Tom Segura, his house is gone.
Yeah.
It was where he used to live. He sold it, luckily.
Yeah, I have a son. He's in the sort of volunteer fire brigade, Milo. I call him the mayor of Malibu. And he's running around. I asked him, how's things looking there, Milo? He says, not good, Pops. He says, your neighborhood. And he sent me a video of my neighborhood, and it's in flames. It looks like an inferno. So, yeah.
Do you think this will get you out of California finally?
Yeah, maybe.
Where are you going to go?
Oh, I don't know. I got a place in Costa Rica. I love it
Ooh,
there. Yeah.
Costa Rica's nice.
Yeah, I bought there many years ago. And
Yeah?
It's in a real nice spot. It's not too touristy or, dirt roads. So it's
nice.
Off the beaten.
Does it feel safe out there?
Pretty safe. I think, look, no place is safe. I mean, you've got the Darien down there,
What's that?
It's kind of in the, what's the next country down? Panama.
Mm-hmm.
And there's this no man's land where the Colombians come through, and it's like, all kinds of dirty dealings in the jungle with, who knows, drugs and mules and,
Yeah. That was a crazy movie because it was a great movie, but it seemed like there was resistance to that movie.
Oh yeah, no, there was,
which I thought was very strange. There was like Hollywood resistance to that movie. Like people didn't like that you were making it. It seemed like
there was a lot of opposition to it, and I don't know. I think if you ever hit on that subject matter, you're gonna get people going, because
of course.
It's big subject matter, and it's like, and my contention is, when I was making it, it was like, you're making this film, and the idea was that we're all responsible for this, that his sacrifice was for all mankind, and that for all our ills and all the things in our fallen nature, it was a redemption. So, and I believe that, I actually am. I was born into a Catholic family. I'm very Christian in my beliefs, So I do actually believe this stuff to the full. So depicting that was an honor, but it was also, you got the daylights beat out of you for it.
Yeah, because there's resistance, first of all, from secular Hollywood, where for whatever reason, Christianity is the one religion that you're allowed to disparage.
Yeah.
Christianity is the one religion where people... all these progressive, open-minded, leftist people, they'll embrace all these different religions until it comes to Christianity. And for whatever reason, that represents like white male, whatever it represents, colonialism, whatever it represents, it's negative.
Yeah, sure, it's gotten a bad rap, and people do feel free to beat up on it.
Mm-hmm.
Even I do when I see it's like, when it's not fair, when I think it's off.
Right.
Like, when they appoint some cardinal in some diocese and he's been covering up for, like, people who are child molesters.
Yes.
Or, like Theodore McCarrick or Cardinal Wuerl or those kind of guys. I mean.
Or the Pope.
Yes,
yeah.
absolutely. I'm
Benedict.
Not Benny. Well, he was covering up, but, like, so is the guy now.
Is he really?
Well, yeah. It's not great.
I thought he was like the more progressive Pope.
Oh, he's very progressive, yes.
But he's covering up for stuff as well. Well, they all are. I mean, it's a dark institution in a lot of ways because it's history.
Well, the institution, it was instituted by Christ, but that doesn't mean that it can't be flawed. And there's a school of thought that says it isn't what it purports to be anymore. It's moved away from what it was intended to be and what it is. Almost, there's a guy called Bishop Vigano who says it's a counterfeit parallel church, and it's running an entirely different religion. I actually don't adhere to a post-conciliar church. It never had a culture of death like a lot of the Central American countries did. They have a culture of death, Even Mexico, I mean, they used to, tear people's hearts out and pyramids,
Aztecs,
all that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
Aztecs were like the Romans, the Mayans were like the Greeks, but they all sort of dabbled in some stuff. Costa Rica always had a policy where they, it was like the Switzerland of Central America. They emphasized education and health, and everybody's literate, and it's kind of interesting in that way. But it deals with its own little troubles,
Yeah, well,
like every country, you know, corrupt.
anywhere down in that part of the world is just like there's so much sketchy shit going on all around you.
Yeah, there can be.
Yeah.
Yeah, one has to be forewarned, forearmed, all that, you know. So I have a nice place down there.
Yeah, I have some friends that have a place in Mexico. And I'm always like, don't you ever worry.
Yeah, I worked in Mexico a couple of times. I was down there, and it was in Veracruz, and apparently, you know, people were rolling heads into bars and stuff like that, you know, rival gangs and stuff. And they said, I'd go for a walk, you know, and they'd say, you're crazy going for a walk. You'll get kidnapped. I said, I'm not going to get kidnapped. I'm the guy that pays. You're going to get kidnapped, and I'm not going to pay your ransom. So it's like, I never felt insecure in that way. And, you know, if something's going to happen, it's going to happen.
Yeah.
You know, if your number's up. I know, I used to watch guys who do what I do for a living, and they'd have a phalanx of bodyguards around them, you know, and like for security and stuff. And I used to have that stuff for a little while, but it doesn't make any difference. You're going to be okay.
Okay.
Or not.
Or not, right?
Yeah.
Until you're not.
So you're not.
And everybody's going to be okay until they're not.
Yeah. I got in a dodgy situation one night, and I acted crazy.
Yeah?
Yeah.
What happened?
If you act crazy, everybody leaves you alone.
Especially if you are a little crazy.
little.
You know, if they know that.
You're in a stress mode, so you actually get angry. If I feel like I'm threatened, I get angry, which is what happens. And then you get really in people's faces, and they think, this guy